They thought Earth would fall fast. They came from the void in silence, their ships blotting out the stars like a second nightfall. The Galactic Empire did not offer ultimatums. It issued declarations. One was broadcast in every major language across Earth. By the decree of Emperor Tarkhan, Earth is hereby annexed. Compliance ensures survival. Resistance ensures extinction. World governments didn't get time to react. Within hours, orbital bombardments disabled global communication arrays and military satellites. Power grids collapsed. Drones rained down from the sky, herding civilians like cattle into pacification zones. Cities burned. Protests were answered with plasma. The invasion wasn't chaotic. It was clinical. And yet, something didn't break the way the Empire expected. The humans ran, but not aimlessly. They vanished into forests, subway tunnels, mountain caves. Some disappeared into the ruins of fallen cities, scavenging what they could. Fires died down. Then came whispers. Then sabotage. Then explosions. Major Elena Vos watched the chaos unfold from beneath the shattered skyline of Berlin. A former UN Special Forces operative, she knew the difference between a lost cause and a long fight. Earth had lost the skies, but not the will to resist. Her underground cell, like hundreds across the globe, had begun coordinating attacks within days. Old radios, jacked alien power cores, coded messages scrawled in graffiti. Humans found ways to talk. And more importantly, they found ways to fight. Vos stood over a makeshift table inside a derelict subway station, tracing enemy patrol routes with a rusted pen. "They are lazy," she said, tapping a route through the Tiergarten. "They think they've already won. That makes them slow." Her second-in-command, a former electrical engineer named Ruffy, grinned. "We'll make them regret it." The first attack was small, an improvised explosive placed beneath a patrol transport. When it detonated, killing 6 alien officers, the Empire dismissed it as barbarism. But 2 days later, a relay tower went dark. Then an energy plant. Then a command skimmer exploded mid-air. The Empire responded with executions and curfews. They thought fear would do the trick, but the humans weren't afraid. Not anymore. In a command center orbiting Earth, a junior officer hesitated before addressing his superior. "Sir, we're seeing coordinated strikes. Across 5 continents." The commander scoffed. "Coordinated? They are primitives. Desperate acts from desperate animals." Back in Berlin, Vos watched the latest broadcast, another Imperial mouthpiece promising swift justice for rebels. She turned off the screen, her face illuminated by the dim blue glow of a scavenged alien datapad. "We're not desperate," she murmured. "We're learning." She turned to her crew, all tattered uniforms and fire in their eyes. "Tonight, we take their weapons cache. Next week, their drop zone. If they think Earth's already fallen, let's make them feel what rising looks like." And in that moment, deep beneath the surface of a dying city, the first spark of Earth's vengeance caught fire. They called us primitive. We called it improvising. The snowstorm hit hard in the Carpathians. Empire patrols huddled in their thermal armor, confident in their superiority. They didn't realize the whiteout favored the locals. Major Elena Vos crouched behind a fallen pine, breath steady, rifle cradled in gloved hands. Around her, 10 resistance fighters waited in the quiet. No comms, no drones, just hand signals and old-fashioned timing. Across the ridge, an Empire crawler, armored, bristling with plasma turrets, rumbled down a mountain path. Inside it, supplies, weapons, food, everything the rebels needed. Vos tapped her fingers against her thigh. 3, 2, 1. An avalanche thundered down from above. Not natural, human-made. Charges planted earlier sent thousands of tons of snow and rock crashing onto the crawler. It vanished in seconds. Before the dust settled, her team sprinted down the slope. Laser cutters ignited. Frozen panels popped open. Inside, crates of plasma cartridges and alien ration packs gleamed. Primitive? Maybe. But it worked. Back at the bunker, Ruffy grinned as he examined the hall. "We're getting better. Even cracked their encryptions last night." Vos nodded, wiping snow from her face. They are not adapting fast enough. The rebels had turned wreckage into weapons. Empire power cores were now running human-made pulse cannons. Scavenged armor had been reconfigured to resist standard stun fields. Even Earth's terrain, mountains, jungles, ruined cities, became allies. In South America, resistance units used the jungle canopy to ambush aerial scouts. In Nairobi, solar rigs powered jammers that blinded orbital drones. In Siberia, hunters armed with Empire rifles took down a full garrison with stealth and patience. Everywhere, humans weren't just surviving. They were winning. In orbit, the Empire began to notice. "We've lost contact with 12 outposts in 3 weeks," Commander Vroth growled, staring at a blinking map. "How is this possible?" His adjutant stammered. "Adapt, sir. They turn our own technology against us." "Impossible. They are barely spacefaring." "Maybe, but they learn. Fast." On Earth, Vose monitored the intercepted transmission, her lips curling into a cold smile. She turned to the others. They finally noticed. That night, they launched Operation Black Echo. With power diverted from a salvage core, they shut down comms across Eastern Europe for 6 minutes, just enough to hit 3 Empire depots simultaneously. Explosions lit up the sky. Entire blocks of stolen supplies vanished into rebel convoys before the Empire even responded. When the transmissions resumed, the rebels sent their own message through the hijacked frequency. "This is Earth. Still here. Still free." In the Empire's High Council chamber, Emperor Tarkhan received the report in silence. He tapped the screen, watching footage of human fighters melting into shadows after striking. "These are not savages," he finally said. "They are wolves." But by the time he realized it, the wolves had learned to hunt in packs. The galaxy watched us rise. The image was everywhere, grainy, raw, defiant. A human fighter, masked in soot and blood, raising a makeshift Earth flag atop the wreckage of a downed Imperial walker. The footage spread through underground channels, pirate streams, and encrypted networks. Then it leaked into the wider galaxy. It wasn't supposed to. On a merchant station in the Tellan Expanse, alien traders huddled around a flickering holoscreen, watching it play again and again. "They were supposed to be conquered," one murmured. "They are not conquered," another replied. "They're just getting started." Back on Earth, in a command shelter deep beneath the ruins of Istanbul, Major Elena Vose stared at an intercepted Empire bulletin. Galactic unrest, unauthorized communications, civilian concern. She allowed herself a tight smile. "We're not just hurting them anymore," she said. "We're embarrassing them." Her second-in-command, Ruffy, tapped the side of his goggles. Picked up 6 more transmissions from off-world sympathizers. Some are just words, but others offering parts, weapons, intel. Vose leaned forward. "If the galaxy's watching, let's give them a show." 2 weeks later, Operation Skyhook launched. Using plans from a defected alien technician and an insane amount of jury-rigging, the Resistance hijacked a decommissioned Empire space elevator in West Africa. It was supposed to be mothballed, abandoned. Instead, it became the Resistance's backdoor into orbit. A skeleton crew, guided by remote uplinks and fueled by stolen cores, reached the upper platform and seized it. For the first time since the invasion began, humans had a foothold above Earth, and they made sure the galaxy knew. Vose stood before a comm array, live broadcasting to every open channel across the system. To those who said we'd fall, look up. We're still here, still fighting, and now we're coming for you. The response was immediate. Across the galaxy, whispers turned into sparks. On Kratos 4, enslaved miners detonated their containment fields. On the moon of Alradin, local militias refused to hand over tribute. A Death World colony, long silent, sent a single message to Earth's resistance. "We see you. We rise soon." In the Empire's central command aboard the dreadnought Velarax, Commander Vroth slammed his fist against the screen. "How did we let this happen? They're inspiring insurrection. On our colonies." A subordinate whispered, "It's not just their tactics. It's their defiance. It's spreading." Vroth stared out the viewport at the pale blue dot in the distance. Earth, scarred but unbeaten. Back on the orbital platform, Vose watched another feed light up, this one from a neutral station near the Empire's border. An alien reporter stayed into the camera. The humans were meant to be forgotten. Instead, they become legend. Vose turned away from the screen, stepping into the hangar where Earth's first salvaged starship, the Iron Wind, awaited its maiden run. She didn't smile. There was no time for celebration. Time to bring the war to them, she said. And across the stars, the galaxy listened. The Empire feared us too late. The Imperial blockade over Earth was supposed to be impenetrable. Dozens of warships loomed in low orbit, bristling with plasma cannons and defense drones. They had crushed civilizations with less firepower. And yet, the blockade was cracking. From the shadows of Saturn's rings, the Iron Wind emerged, Earth's first fully hybrid warship. Its hull was welded steel and alien alloys. Its engines screamed with stolen warp tech. Its crew? A mix of soldiers, engineers, hackers, and survivors. All human, all angry. Major Elena Vose stood at the helm, eyes locked on the shimmering blue sphere below. Begin the pulse, she ordered. Across the planet, hidden resistance bases activated simultaneously. Jury-rigged magnetic railguns fired from mountain bunkers. Spoofed signals turned Empire drones against their masters. Homemade orbital torpedoes launched from disguised sea platforms. Chaos erupted across the sky. The fleet faltered. Vose gave the order. The Iron Wind dove. The final battle for Earth wasn't clean. It wasn't elegant. It was brutal, loud, and improvised, like everything humanity had done since the invasion. But it worked. Empire cruisers exploded in flames as resistance fighters surged from the space elevator, boarding them in zero-G assaults. Vose's team breached the flagship, Dominion Wrath, cutting through stunned officers with precision and fury. In the central command chamber, Emperor Tarkhan sat slumped on his throne-like chair, disbelief frozen on his face. He had ruled hundreds of worlds. He had crushed rebellions in weeks. But not Earth. Vose stepped into the chamber, armored in scorched battle plate, holding a rifle in one hand and Earth's tattered flag in the other. This was never your planet, she said. Tarkin's lips trembled. We offered peace. You offered chains. He reached for the command console, perhaps to signal a final bombardment, perhaps a desperate call for aid. He never made it. Vose's rifle hummed once, and it was over. Outside, the last of the Empire ships were retreating, breaking formation in blind panic. Across the system, their outposts had gone dark. Uprisings ignited like wildfire. Earth's resistance had become the spark that lit the galaxy. Back in the ruins of London, children played beside a burnt-out walker. In Nairobi, freed workers raised new antennas to speak with colonies that had once feared speaking at all. In orbit, the Terran banner now fluttered from the command tower of the Dominion Wrath, Earth's first captured starcruiser. And across a dozen star systems, whispers turned to declarations. If Earth could fight back, so can we. Vose stood at the viewport, staring into the stars as she finally allowed herself a breath. They feed us, she said softly. Ruffy, now her second aboard the Iron Wind, nodded. Too late. The Empire had the fleets, the numbers, the centuries of dominance. But Earth had something older, something fiercer. We had the will to fight. And when we finally rose, the galaxy would never be the same.